Okay, so let's see this one. This is a category 4 furnace. So that's most furnace we can see now. So it's high efficiency and more control. So there are many similar components between the mid efficiency and the category 4, and even like category 1. So like the blower motor, the burner, so almost the same. So the main difference in category 4, so is a secondary heat changer, the plastic or the PVC pipe, and the condensate drain. So that's most different with the other category furnace. So if you see there's a white pipe, there's a condensate water line, and a second heat exchanger you can't see, but you can see from here. So if you can see, there's a condensate water collector pan, like this black one. Yeah, so this black one just cover the secondary heat exchanger inside. Yeah, so we can see it's different with the category 1 furnace. Is this one is there's a cover, it's like a pan there. Yeah, so if you see these 3 difference is with the other furnace, then you know this is a high efficiency. So so you should know, so every furnace we should have a power switch like this one. So this one just stick on the furnace. So but sometimes it's on the wall of the furnace room. So some old furnace may be on the ceiling, and some furnace may be outside the furnace room. So if there's no power switch, so you should point out. So because the code just require, so there's needed the power switch. So and normally this power switch is the power is come from the the control panel. Yeah, so there's a breaker. Yeah, so the breaker cannot service 2 or more different appliances. So for the furnace itself, it should have a breaker itself. Yeah, so the power switch is a different area. So you should if you cannot find it, you should ask the the owner. So normally the owner know where the power switch. And sometimes, so maybe there's a note there. It's for furnace, the furnace switch, and then so that one is for furnace switch, because sometimes this switch looks same with the light switch. Yeah, but the position is normally higher than the light switch. That you should know.
I'll make a note there too, Sam. So Sam was saying, guys, that in your installations, they do require an actual dedicated service switch for the appliance, not mounted to the appliance, but the electrical code does allow for a breaker. If there's a panel board or a breaker between the entry of the room and the appliance, the furnace, that's actually acceptable. You might see that from time to time. So if you don't see a disconnect switch of an actual switch, but you see the panel board and the breaker right, as you enter into the mechanic room, that is actually acceptable. So, just be careful not to call that out.
Well, that switch is technically supposed to be located by a stairwell, right?
Oh yeah, so in fact, in Saskatchewan, so most of the power switch just around the stairs, the stairwell. So when you go through the from the main floor to basement, so normally it's just around that wall. Yeah, that's Saskatchewan. So we most the power switch there.
Yeah, because that's why they call it the oh shit switch, so you can hit it and get out of the house.
Yes, yeah. But in BC, so I find a lot of strange position. So sometimes even they put like the picture, just we cannot find the the power switch. Yeah, so when they hung the picture, they saw there's a switch there, but they don't know what's that for, and just hung the picture outside and cover the the switch. And when we go there, we want to find the power switch, so we cannot find. Yeah, so this is a little difference. So in Saskatchewan, so most time just like you said is just around the stairs, you know. Okay, yeah. So yeah, we forget to talk about the roll-off switch. Okay, the roll-off switch. So normally is we can see the pairs. So sometimes it's 2, sometimes maybe it's 4. Yeah, so the position should be around the burner here. Sometimes it's just the bottom here, sometimes the side of the burner. Yeah, so if there's a like the cover for the burner, so maybe the outside of the cover. So just depends. Yeah, so this roll-out switch just test the temperature inside the burner. So if, for example, the heat changer cracked, so the burner just roll out and cause this sensor, cause this roll-out switch is tripped. So this roll-out switch is a manual reset, so it's not automatic. Yeah, so if that means, so if it's a roll-out switch is tripped, so that's a big trouble. So you cannot just reset and then let the furnace run. So you should call the the gas fitter to go there and check. Yeah, so pressure switch, like we talked before too. So there's sometimes is one pressure switch only, and some is 2, and some even is 4. You know, yeah. So pressure switch, the function just tell us or tell the control board. So if the inducer motor running okay or not. So if, for example, inducer motor not running, or the air not push enough, so the pressure switch cannot fill, so it will not light the flame. So the condensate pan, so this we can figure out if this furnace is a high efficiency or not. Yeah, so sometimes it's clear. This cover is clear. We can see the copper pipe inside. Yeah, so if we can see the copper pipe, that means it's a secondary heat changer. So the primary heat changer we cannot see. It should be above this black pan. Above this the black pan, it should be around here, just like the category 1. So we have a picture show the heat changer. That's the primary heat changer. Secondary heat changer just behind here. So we cannot see this color. Yeah, but I think some York furnace, so they have the clear pan, so we can see inside. So that's a secondary. Electronic control board here. So for the new furnace, all the control board is in the blower compartment, just like that. So so because this area temperature is lower than the burner compartment, so it's the best area for the control board. It just make the the temperature is lower than the other area and save the the life for the control board. The winter motor, we call inducer motor. Yeah, just like this one. So this one, so it's easy to make noise. Yeah, it's just sometime maybe the noise came from the water, the condensate water. Yeah, if the condensate, this drain pipe, somewhere is clogged, the water will accumulate in the side of the housing here. So it's if the water goes inside, it cannot come out by themselves. So when the inducer motor running, you will hear the water noise inside. So that's normally mean the the water drain system is clogged. So if you met the problem like that, so should the the gas fitter or plumber go there and take the blower motor out and pull the water out and clean all the drain system and make sure there's no water just communicate here. Yeah, so that's a winter motor. 24-volt transformer. So normally, so this transformer is normally no troubles. So if there's a no fuse on the control board, so maybe the control board will be trouble. For example, if the short for some area, so maybe we'll burn the transformer, but normally not. Flame sensor. So for the high efficiency furnace, so we call flame sensor, but like the pilot, if there's a category 1 is pilot, so normally is we call thermocouple or thermopile. So we will talk about that later. Yeah, so flame sensor is just like a metal rod. Yeah, so it's a special material, and if the flame hit there, so it can generate a mini voltage, yeah, small voltage, and the control board can know, okay, so the flame is there. Yeah, just like that. So sometimes, so if it's running a long time, so the flame sensor will be dirty, and if so this one, I don't know if you need to take out to check or not. Yeah, but it's easy to take out. So there's only one screw there. Yeah, so some Linux furnace is very hard. So because the space is very narrow there, it's hard to take out. But if it's easy, just one screw is easy to take out, and you can take out to see. So some area, if it's black, so that's mean, so this is a flame sensor is need to be changed. So sometimes we just use the sandpaper to clean, and then maybe it still can last for some times. Condensate collection system. Yeah, so this one is very important for the high efficiency furnace. Yeah, because when we install the furnace, some guy just don't care when they use a hacksaw to cut the the 636 pipe, so they didn't clean the debris. So and if it's running a long time, those debris just drop down and into the drain system and then clog somewhere. Yeah, so that's some lots of the problem we found. Yeah, so and if even we clean the debris for the pipe, so there's still will be dust and some like those, and running in the system and clog some elbow somewhere. Yeah, so if some pipe like this hose is flexible, yeah, it's sometimes there's a kink there and easy to block. Yeah, so we need to clean the the drain system every year. So but normally the customer, so maybe never clean, And the furnace disconnect, we talked about that already, and the capacitor. Capacitor for this furnace, normally we only can see from the blower motor. Yeah, so like this one, we cannot see here. We cannot see here. Yeah, so because there's the control board, they have the panel here. Yeah, so the capacitor should be the back of the panel and outside the blower housing. Yeah, so this capacitor just help the motor to start to run. Yeah, so we will talk about the capacitor later. Yeah, so there's a different capacitor like the furnace. We normally use a 2 plug there, and for the air conditioner there's 3, it's 2 in 1. Yeah, so we will talk about this later. Okay. Yeah, this is the internal of the category 4 furnace. So we can see the secondary heat changer here. Yeah, so this is more difference with the category 1 and more troubles too. Okay. Yeah, so because the primary heat changer normally is hard to clog, but the secondary heat changer is just like the air conditioner coil. Yeah, so there's a aluminum fin there. It's small space. So when the air blows through here, so even we have the filter, so but still some dust goes through the the blower motor and collect heat from here, the bottom of the coil. Yeah, so if it's dirty here, so it's a same simple symptoms of the filter clogged. Yeah, so it will be high temperature sensor will be sense the heat and trip the high limit switch. Yeah, so if, for example, the high limit switch always tripped, so you should change the filter. You should check the secondary heat changer. You should check the A coil. Yeah, that's normally problem caused. And sometime like this picture, we can see this motor. Yeah, so there's no openings on the end. So that's what I talked before. So you should check or take a picture for the end of the motor here. So because there's an AC motor, there's a small circulation hole there, and just make air circulation and cool down the coil inside. Yeah, so normally, so this area, the end of the motor will be very dirty. Yeah, so if you find that, you should make notes and let the customer know. And inducer motor like this one. So this one looks like we call the ECM motor. Yeah, so looks not like the AC motor, you know. Yeah, but if it's an AC motor, it has the same trouble like the AC blower motor. Yeah, so it will be dust or dirt collected on the motor end. Okay, so yeah, you see this burner is a new style. It's short. It's shorter than the category 1 burners. Category 1 burner is from here to inside here. Yeah, so that's easy to collect the dirt. So it's needed to service every year. But this one, normally the burner, the orifice is not clogged.